Hi everyone, it's Adrienne Leah. I wanted to show some things that I've gotten over the past couple of weeks. I have a finished project that I'll show in this video. There are some garments that I've sewn and completed recently, but those will be in other videos. So I I wanted to show these. They're swatch papers that I've been working on. So this is the Crayola colored pencils, the 100 pack. Before this pack, I did get the Crazy Art colored pencils, the pack of 72. These are more gemstone-like. They are softer lead. Um, I like the boldness of the Crayola. And then, as I said, I like the gemstone colors of the Crazy Art. So it's interesting. Oh, I did have I just got a case for the Crayola one for the um 100 pack. So I think I'm gonna grab that actually. So there are a couple of things that I got from the thrift store. I got a Bailey's tin container, Bailey's the original, and it was really cheap. It was $1.50. I was thinking I could put my colored pencils in here. Then I wasn't finished swatching all the colors at the time, so I was hopeful because I was thinking in my head again if 100 colored pencils would fit in here, and there's still space, which is great because when you try to grab a colored pencil, it's not difficult. So I think it looks cool in here. There were a couple of these containers there. So I'm really happy that I picked this up. Oh, I got some cases. I've been trying to get things to put my things in. So these were together, these were just $1. And I love the vintage angel type of design that's on these. So they have some jewelry in here in this one, and then actually some crystals in here. So sorry for the noise. I like getting materials like this and the tin because, well, from this thrift store because it's easier to wipe things down. And then there's this one. There's also some pictures on the side that I didn't really show on the other one. I'll show it. I think the other one, since it's larger, it shows the sides better. But that's really helpful for my, these are helpful for my dresser. I have a recent blind box. So this is the Chibi Roku-chan blind box, and this one's the dress up one. So I got the pig. I am really happy with the one that I got, and there's other ones that I like too, but I'm happy with this one. The hood goes down, but I'm gonna keep it up. It took me a little bit to put it back on. So I just love the expressions that they have. I just feel like it's so um it just has like the vibe that I'm looking for. There was keychains too. I actually didn't realize this wasn't a keychain. There are places where you can hang it here and on the other side. But I'm happy with this one too. I think I'm gonna get a keychain next. So the keychain line, she has a cat suit, and I just love the ones where they're dressed up. This goes really well with the Hirono rabbit one that I have, and that one's also pink. And then the Hirono bear. There's a new series of blind boxes or keychains that came out for Hirono, which I thought were interesting. They're the cryptid ones. Um, I haven't been to Pop Mart in a while. I do well, I'm gradually getting the ones that I um wanted to get, but that it's an interesting thing because I was going to order well, I actually did order the last figurine of the Kami-sama Kiss series, and I wanted to do a little short on that one too because like mine was blown. One of the characters, I thought it was like another character because I guess both of them have like the same amount of time that they show on in the series, and they show at different times of the series too, but it just didn't like occur to me that much because maybe the second character shows up towards the end of the series. I don't know, but um it makes sense now that I think about it, but I'm missing the Tomoe figurine. And so I ordered it and because it's a blind box and um you aren't able to see what you get inside. So I was fortunate enough to go to the Tokyo discount store that's near me, and they have it. Um, and then they don't usually restock until they're low on the shelves, and then they stock up again, like low to a point where there's maybe one or two left or something. And it makes it great for like if you're trying to see hopefully the uh keychains or like the figurines that you haven't collected yet or didn't get. So I got three of the four, and I don't want to keep getting those blind boxes, even though they're inexpensive, um, to get the one that I don't have. So I didn't end up getting it because the person was in the hospital, so that's understandable. So I did get the refund, and um, I get some sewing patterns on sale because um, most places have it at like the full price, which could be pricey. So when I get them online or like certain stores, I could get them at a cheaper price, and then some of the stores here they carry a good amount of them, but they don't carry the whole selection. So I see what's online, and I did pick one out. That'll be arriving Monday. So that's that plan. But I did get this discounted. It's the Simplicity 8161, and this is the American Duchess one. So I just feel like I would get so much use out of this pattern. And like with the skirt, with the apron and the top and just everything, I just feel like it would be something that I'd be really into. So I was happy to find this at a cheaper price in person. And then I got a folder from Target because it's back to school stuff. And it's wild to me that like some schools started like at the end of July. And I feel like maybe the earliest I've started maybe was in August, but I feel like I started around September or in September. I figured that I would pick this one up because again I'm trying to organize things, which goes into the next thing that I actually finished or redid, and I finished it. So this is one of the decomposition types of um, products. So 85% post-consumer wastes recycled, and it's of red pandas. I just felt like this was a really sweet one. It has like a cool design. It's pretty unique. I love the color scheme. I really like reds. On the inside, more pandas, red pandas. Because I did end up going to the bank to get, I was lucky to get a student account because I'm technically taking online courses. And I felt like it would be a good thing to do because I've been thinking about it because um I have had a credit union account in the past, so I liked the benefits that you had, and so I feel like I would save more money. And I had to bring some documents. So I have this larger case that I finished sewing. I love this so much. I don't really sew with orange, so it was the first time I used like the orange zipper because I got a pack of zippers. Um, and it just fits so well. And the first time I was using the orange thread too. I'm actually going to use orange thread for the next sewing project that I talk about in another video. And so it took me a little bit to finish this because I accidentally chopped too much off at the bottom when I was squaring it off. So instead of this shape, it was like because I cut so much at the bottom, it was showing more of like this shape, which um I do like these types of bags, but they don't go with the pattern that I have. And this one was really fun. I liked doing the different contrast colors, or I might add different fabric to this fabric, and I sent a lot of them to Ukraine. So, and when I did that, this was getting chopped. And so, like, you weren't able to see, I'm sorry, you weren't able to see the bottom. And it was just sad because, like, I really love how this turned out. Like I said, I don't use orange very often. And so, and the so I did replace the bottom and I extended it too, so that when I did cut it and I did square it off like an inch instead at 1 by 1, because normally I do like 2 by 2 maybe, or maybe less than that, but depending on what it is. I accidentally cut more than 2 by 2, I think. I know that I cut way more than what I needed to, so I'm happy that I had leftovers just about to finish this off. This is like a scrap um, pillowcase that I got from the thrift store. And this is also on the inside too, so I did replace the inside. There's stuff in it, so I'm not going to open it. But I'm so sorry. Uh, I just I love it so much, and I'm really happy that I got to redo it. It took me a little bit because I was wondering if I was going to, because I don't usually do repairs like this on stuff. And I feel like that's really nice with sewing because with knitting, sometimes you don't see what you want to change until like after you've knit knitted a couple of rounds and um, then you rip back and it takes a lot of time. I feel like depending on the sewing project, it could take a good amount of time, but also it's really nice to have like different types of projects that have different time frames, like short term, long term type of projects. Um, I do have dreams of having like extravagant type of uh garments. I don't want to say extravagant like it's expensive necessarily, because I do get a lot of fabric at thrift stores, and I got one from an antique store, which was pricier than what I usually get, but like it was still a good price for the amount that I got, and it was a vintage fabric too that I put in the washer, but then I dried it like I just had it um, hang to dry just in case I didn't check what material it was. Um, it, I didn't like do a burn test or anything. So, um, I like would think maybe a fairy dress or like a wedding dress type of um outfit that I'm thinking about, or just having all the creativity and going going hard and seeing what I come up with or what inspires me. So it just is really fun to be able to make your clothing, and I really enjoy it. Um, because I enjoy knitting. I I do enjoy weaving and spinning. I don't do them as much as I guess sewing and knitting. I think those would be the two main ones that I have been the most consistent with. But maybe in the future I might have other things. And as I was saying, I've been getting patterns at discounted prices. So I did pick up this pattern, and it's footwear pattern, the 113 or 113 Japanese kimono. I figured that there's a couple of patterns or a couple of um, outfits from animes that I watched that I wanted to make more of an everyday in my um, interpretation. So I figured that this would be really nice to have. It's and I do have one that I'm already kind of in the works of doing. I have a presentation on Monday, so I'm using a little bit of my downtime to make this video, but I don't think it's bad. I'm trying to be mindful and like not, I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. Oh, it's gonna rain. That was just a weather update. It's strange because I don't have many, like I do have people that I talk to. I feel really grateful because I have one of my Ukrainian friends and I basically talk to her daily, which is pretty rare for me. I do have friends and I I appreciate when they talk to me, so I'm not upset with them. Um, it is nice to have somebody that like I could talk to every day. It's pretty not like it's not um something that usually happens. Oh, as I was looking at the screen, I do have something else. I think I put it here because it has water in it. I think this is one of my more adult purchases, even though this is probably one of the cheaper irons irons that you could get. And I just wanted something that irons because it has a dial and it the dial well I would say it gets pretty hot. Oh, is it leaking? No, it's not. Um, because my mom has an iron, but when they left on vacation, they she left it in their room, and so I just bought this iron because I do use it pretty frequently, and um I used it a lot for my last project. So I'm happy that I got it. And then I do have some library books that I honestly didn't really read that much of, but it gave me some ideas, like just kind of skimming through it. So this is the ultimate guide to designing clothes and patterns. There's this other library book that I wanted to check out. Um, I think it would kind of go with the a future project, but I don't have the supplies for the project. And I have some of the supplies, but there's like a specific tool that I wanted to get because I wanted to start making corsets. That's like one of the biggest things. And corsets and dirndls, I feel like I would love kimonos or they're not all kimonos, but just to say it as maybe um, I don't know if I would say it as an umbrella term, but just generally speaking, those are kind of what I've been really into. I do really like the sailor look, and then I like the other types of like maiden outfits or uh things that are more Japanese inspired for me, and I do like a lot of the types of I like specific shapes for me. So I think that's it really pushes the direction of what I usually like to go for in general and for sewing. So I did see this one and it's interesting because I didn't know that like there are patterns that go with the book in a way. So this is Gertie's Charms Sewing Studio. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said it like that. Um, pattern making and culture couture style techniques for perfect vintage looks. Um, Couture. I I'm sorry, I kind of butchered that. I was thinking about Juicy Couture because I like in my head I was just um kind of reverting back to that, and I guess that really shows of um what was like kind of in when I was growing up. And it's really fun because one of my friends that I used to work with, she um hit me up one day, like earlier this year, and she was in TJ Maxx and they were selling like the Juicy Couture jumpsuits. Is it a jumpsuit or tracksuit? Um with the top and the bottom and the infamous like juicy on the back. And she's like, "What's your size and the color that you want?" And I was like, "So, uh, was it? It was like a heartfelt thing for me because um, she like went out of her way to call me and stuff to see what I wanted, and so she sent it, and it was like so cool because I don't know, I've never had one when I was growing up. Um, I think it's just like whatever speaks to me, but now that I have one, I'm just like really happy that I have one. So that's like a special outfit. Like when I move, it'll be one of the things that I bring. So I do have other library books and then I'll end the video. So this is 210 transitional. I don't know why I'm talking like this. 210 traditional quilt blocks. Each block is explained with step-by-step pictures. So I think out of all the books, this will probably be the one that I kind of do the most with, to be honest, because it has like pictures. The others the other books have pictures too, but um I was talking to one of my students and I thought it was interesting because she recently went on a trip to Canada. She's from Korea, and um she has a child, so like when you have a busy schedule, I don't have kids, but like in a way I get it. And so she was like, well, when I was on the plane, I was able to just watch um the show or the movie completely through. And I was like, oh my God, good on you. And she's like, I want to try to make uh time to do those types of things. And I was completely on board because it's really important to like do the things that you want to do. Of course, she loves like hanging out with her child and taking care of her child. Um he does go to daycare, so like that's usually a time when she relaxes and tries to like, make sure that when he's back, like she's, she's great. She is great. And so it's really nice that she um was thinking about that and she saw a movie that she was really interested in watching. So love that for her. And then we had the discussion of like, do you watch a lot of different shows? I feel like it takes me a while to like watch a show or a movie. Um, I usually revert back to ones that I grew up with and I have it playing in the background. Occasionally I have something new playing. Um, I just feel like I do want to invest in it, like to a point where I know what's going on and I can pay attention to it because I feel like it would be worth my time to like invest in something, especially the actors and actresses and the producers, they worked really hard on creating it, or like if it's an anime, um, something like that too. And for me to like actually put my time towards it, I just have a lot of different projects and work going on, so I tend to go to that direction. But I try to remember to make sure I make time for it. That's why I decided to make this video, because I had a little bit of time. Um, might do a little bit of not necessarily sewing, but like I do have to cut out the pieces, so maybe I could do that. I do have a deadline for my presentation, so I will do that majority of the time tomorrow. And that's the plan. So two more books. So this is A Stylish Guide to Classic Sewing. And it's just kind of fun, like flipping through the books. I feel like maybe at some point I'm gonna get to them. I think it automatically renews until somebody like says I really want to um borrow the book. So sewing clothes elevate your sewing skills. Master class in finishing, embellishing, and the details. This gave me some ideas. Or the other book gave me some ideas. I don't think I went through this book necessarily. But I think that this would be fun. That was my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was interesting. I know I don't really do like tarot content at this point. I do here and there. And I do like to pull the cards out. I actually pull them out pretty frequently, actually, in terms of like conversation or things that I talk about. I feel like I'm constantly doing different things, and I've been really into my crafting. So hopefully people might enjoy it too. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that it was interesting, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!